Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. In today's video, we are talking about Japanese Pokemon cards. I know it's still kind of a niche market. A lot of people do collect Japanese Pokemon cards. That's like Terastal Festival is pretty much anyone can talk about right now. But honestly, it's still a niche market. A lot of people are still waiting for the English sets. And sometimes people are missing on all the amazing and cool Japanese exclusive cards. So in today's video, I'm going to try to bundle all of my love and joy for Japanese Pokemon cards into one video, talk about why I love Japanese sets, why I think the cards are super cool, and in a lot of cases, Japanese sets actually outperform English counterparts. I can think of sets like Pokekyun, which is the Japanese equivalent of our Generation set. Generations came out for the 20th anniversary set, and you look at the market right now, a Generations Elite Trainer box, which normally goes for $40, is currently going for right around $700, which is a huge ROI. But if you take the same exact ratio and you compare it to a Pokekyun booster box, well, that Pokekyun booster box is now going for $6,000. And that same scenario happens again and again with a bunch of the Japanese special sets. Another great example is XY Evolutions. Everyone loves XY Evolutions. An XY Evolutions booster box back in its heyday was going for $100, and now you have to spend around $1,000 to pick up one of those bad boys. So you're talking about 1,000% markup. Well, if you compare it to CP6, which is the XY Evolutions exclusive in Japan, CP6 booster boxes, which are going for maybe $100. I'm going to be generous here. Honestly, I was picking up CP6 booster boxes for way less than $100. But let's say you picked it up for $100. Well, a CP6 booster box is now going for $2,000. So that is significantly outpacing any English sets. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about why you should try collecting Japanese Pokemon cards and where you can collect them. Which brings us to the sponsor of today's video, which is Buyee. Buyee is my go-to source for picking up Japanese Pokemon cards directly from the source. I've been recommending my viewers pick up Terastal Festival from Buyee directly through their website. You can buy Pokemon cards from the Pokemon Center Japan at retail price, and you're picking up Terastal Festival booster boxes for as low as $32 a box. So thank you to Buyee for sponsoring today's video. If you'd like to check them out, click the link down in the description and you get an immediate discount on your very first purchase. I've been using Buyee for a very long time to pick up all kinds of exclusive Japanese Pokemon cards. We're talking about Mario, Pikachu, Scream, Mimikyu, the recent Japan Post promo cards. I've been picking up these Japanese boxes, which contains the Japan Post promo cards through Buyee, and they are a wonderful service. Buyee is like having a friend in Japan who will buy Pokemon cards on your behalf, store it at their house, and ship it whenever you want. If you would like that kind of service, definitely check them out. They are very easy to use, and you can start saving a ton of money if you're picking up Japanese Pokemon cards directly through Buyee. They offer international service, so you can pick up cards if you're living in the United Kingdom, Netherlands, Australia, Africa, wherever you live. Buyee will ship cards to you. They offer inspection guarantee as well as insurance coverage, so you can have peace of mind that your cards are going to arrive safely and in the way that you want them to. Thank you again to Buyee for sponsoring today's video. Now let's talk about why I love Japanese Pokemon cards. One of the big reasons why I recommend collecting Japanese Pokemon cards is, as I've mentioned in my ad segment, there are a bunch of exclusive Japanese promo cards that never make their way to English. And a lot of these promo cards are usually the best looking one, which is really unfortunate. The Japanese Pokemon company has definitely kind of had a monopoly on really cool looking promotion cards. They've sort of expanded that a little bit. Over the past couple of years, we've started to get some international promo cards that are not exclusive to Japan. Things like the special delivery Charizard, things like the Van Gogh promo cards. So a lot of cards are normally Japanese exclusive. Over the past couple of years, we started to get a couple of more international exclusive ones, but I still think Japan has a monopoly on the best looking promo cards. There are so many really cool promo cards that we've never gotten English printings of. Things like Alola Friends, an absolutely gorgeous full art trainer card. This is almost a holy grail or must have for any full art trainer card collectors. There's of course the Mario Pikachu exclusive and the more recent ones, which I think are equally as gorgeous as the Van Gogh promos, which are the Beauty Looking Back Pikachu as well as the Swooping Crane Cramorant card. Both of these cards look absolutely wonderful. So definitely Japan has a lot of exclusive cards, and picking them up is actually not as much of a challenge as you might think. Another reasons why Japanese sets are so incredibly popular are due to the control on the amount of print runs that you see in Japan. Even the most heavily printed Japanese sets cannot compare to the print run of English sets. I know we talk about how difficult some English sets are to get. Things like Crown Zenith, things like English 151s, things like XY Evolutions or Evolving Skies, but all of these sets pale in comparison to the small quantity that is available in Japan. And it may be because they have much stricter guidelines, but in general, they don't crank up their printing machines the same levels that we see over here in the US. For example, if you look at a set like Shining Fates, this set is pretty darn old and it's still readily available on the Pokemon Center website. You can pick up as many Shining Fates ETBs as you want. This set has been readily available for years, and its Japanese counterpart, Shiny Star V, which I would say is an equivalent of Shining Fates, still not that super popular, but it's slowly climbing in value for the exact opposite reason that Shining Fates isn't, is because of its lower print run. It's no longer in stock. Places are starting to sell out of Shiny Star V, and it's climbing in value. I will pretty much guarantee that any Japanese special set will outperform their English counterparts. And in many cases, there are no English counterparts. There are some sets like VMAX Climax and Tag Team GX All-Stars. These are my favorite sets of all time. English, Japanese, it doesn't matter. These are my top favorite sets. My favorite sets of all time, bar none, is Tag Team GX All-Stars. I think this is the pinnacle of Pokemon card collecting for me. No set compares to Tag Team GX All-Stars. There are so many cool Tag Team GX cards inside of the set. There are so many cool full art trainer cards that aren't even available in English. There is no English counterparts. If you want to collect these cards and they are gorgeous and vibrant and wonderful, you have to go with the Japanese version because there really isn't an English version. A lot of these cards never even made it to English. VMAX Climax, I would also think, is arguably a GOAT. It's obviously a greatest of all time. It can be considered better than Tag Team GX All-Stars. To me, personally, I would say Tag Team GX All-Stars is better just because VMAX Climax is probably a perfect set. The pull rates is insane. There's so many cool cards inside of VMAX Climax. It's pretty much a combination of Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, all of these sets combined. That's pretty much what you have inside of VMAX Climax because you have all the trainer gallery cards that made all these other English sets so incredibly popular in one single box. Why I would say Tag Team GX All-Stars is better than VMAX Climax is because there is no English counterpart for Tag Team GX All-Stars, and for VMAX Climax you can pretty much get all of those cards in some form in English. But there are a lot of sets out there, Japanese sets, where there are no English counterparts, and because of the low print run, this is a big reason why a lot of older Japanese boxes are incredibly expensive. This is why a Pokekyun booster box is going for $6,000. It's because the print run and the amount of quantity of them out there are so incredibly slim. If you go on places like eBay, there may be 2 to 3 listings of these booster boxes at any given time. There are so few of them available, you can corner the market in one day. There are so few copies of some of these boxes. They are incredibly rare. Even when you compare it to vintage sets, things like Base Set Unlimited, Jungle, Fossil, you can still find base set booster boxes quite often. They're not that rare. Jungle booster boxes, Fossil booster boxes, all these older booster boxes are still around, floating around. You can definitely pick up a couple of booster boxes here and there, but for some of these Japanese special sets, they just don't make them, and the quality is bar none. If you've never opened up a Japanese booster box, I highly recommend you try out Terastal Festival. You don't even have to take my recommendation. You're probably already opening up Terastal Festival, and Terastal Festival is a very good set for all the right reasons. It has a guaranteed special illustration rare pull inside of every single booster box. You get a guarantee 2 Pokeball holographic reverse, and the third one could be a Master Ball or a Pokeball holographic reverse. The fact that you're getting kind of a complete package, worst case scenario, you're always getting yourself a special illustration rare and 3 Pokeball holographic reverse. That's something that no English products ever guarantee, which is infuriating for English collector. And I love English sets. I think Crown Zenith is a fantastic set. But every time I open up a booster pack of Crown Zenith, my eye twitches at the quality control. All of my cards, you're seeing every kind of error that you can think of. Damaged cards, poor centering, texture pattern issues, all kinds of holographic errors. Think of a potential concern that you can see with your packs, and you've experienced it in English cards. There's just so many issues with English cards, and that doesn't really translate to Japanese cards. I don't know what the cultural differences is. There may be cultural differences where in Japan they just have higher standards than what we have over here in the US. That's almost insulting to the US companies, but at the end of the day, they're giving us subpar products. This has been ongoing for years. When I crack open the latest Pokemon card set in English, I almost always have poor quality. And it doesn't take long for you to wish for something better because you're spending a lot of money on your cards. You should be getting what you deserve. So definitely check out the Japanese market. Better promo cards, guaranteed pull rates. Generally speaking, they outperform English sets, and we're specifically talking about the special sets because in general, you're not going to want a base set of Japanese. You can pick those up, but those aren't nearly as special. I would say the high class sets, things like Terrestrial Festival, V-Star Universe, VMAX Climax, all of these more recent sets are doing really well, and they have a bunch of really good cards inside of them. Even something like Shiny Treasure EX, which is probably the cheapest Japanese set right now, and it's so incredibly cheap, it's almost criminal. You can pick up Shiny Treasure EX for pennies on the dollar, and it's so much more fun than Paldean Fates. And it's going to be interesting to see where things go long term with this set, because right now Paldean Fates is actually outperforming Shiny Treasure EX. This is shocking to me. It almost never happens, but it's too soon to really tell. Paldean Fates could be available in stores for the next 3 years, and I think if Shiny Treasure EX runs out, it's going to catch up to Paldean Fates, and it won't take long for it to outpace Paldean Fates. So it'll be interesting to see where that set goes. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this intro into Japanese Pokemon cards, and I'll see you guys next time.